Hello, my name is Jared Crebs. I'm pictured here with my wife Crystal and our dog Tasia. We're Emerald Directors and co-founders of Team DSI. And today's training is all about scripts for lukewarm market prospecting. And a lot of times when we're training people, they say, okay, great, I know how to talk to my friends and family, but what about when I meet somebody cool at the dry cleaners or at the grocery store, or I'm eating dinner at Chili's and I want to prospect the waiter or the waitress, or I'm at a family party and I want to prospect somebody that I want to tell them about USANA, but I don't want to come off salesy. I don't want to come off pushy. So this training is going to share with you the way to do it to where you come off so professional that they want you to call them. In fact, they're so excited that you're going to call them because you made it all about their goals. You made it all about them. I've used this script personally to get to a six-figure income with my business. I would say that this is the one script that is probably the hardest, but it's also the most rewarding. And I know that everybody on here is not going to follow directions on this because I've taught this a lot and I've noticed that people don't actually follow it, but the ones that do, the ones that actually step up to the plate and learn this and apply it in their business are gonna be the full-time earners in our company. And I already know that. I've already seen that. So we're gonna do this as a role play, and I'm gonna give you an exact scenario of how we do it. Now, if you're watching this video right now, you can access these scripts at lukewarm.teamdsi.info. If you type that in your browser, this page will come up. It has the exact script that I use every single day. I use this every time I'm out in public. I meet somebody, I get their number. It takes practice. It's not something that I mastered overnight. It's something just like anything, needed a lot of repetition. And then this training will be turned into a YouTube video, and this link, lukewarm1.teamdsi.info, is the video. All right, so to do this role play, I'm bringing on Mr. Rene Martinez. Rene is a silver director in USANA. He's one of our very best team members. And I actually met Rene when he bought a watch from me on Craigslist. And I used this script with Rene back 2 years ago when he was a prospect. So I'm going to show you this page, and then I'm going to bring Rene on the line. So when you type in lukewarm.teamdsi.info, it's going to take you to this web page right here. And you'll see the same cover sheet, and I'm going to zoom it in. And Rene, are you on the line?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for helping out for today's training video. And so when I start out, when I'm in public, I always form my prospect first. Now, what that means is F stands for family, asking them about their family. O is occupation, asking them about their line of work. R is recreation, asking what they like to do for fun. And then M is message, telling them your message. All right, so some form questions that I ask every time I'm out in public is, what do you do for a living? How long have you been doing it? What do you like about it? And what do you dislike about it? These 4 questions is pretty much all that I use. So that's just occupation. I'm only doing the O of form. I very rarely ask about their family or what they like to do for fun, maybe if I'm at a party and I have more time with them, but I always ask about their occupation. So when I met Rene Martinez 2 years ago, we were walking around the mall to verify that my watch was an authentic tag watch. And I asked him these questions. And then just before we left and everything was over, I read this script here, which is basically a script that that's your message. This little paragraph here is your message. Now, you're looking at this paragraph and you're saying, well, there's a lot of words here. I don't know if I can memorize this, or I don't know if I want to memorize this, or I don't like scripts. I don't want to follow scripts. Here's what I got to say to that. Number one, you need to make this script sound like you. Okay, so if some of the wording doesn't sound like you, you need to change it to where it sounds like you. But number two, the top people in the world use scripts. If you take the top 20% of sales forces, they have scripts. The rest of the 80%, they might have a way that they do it that's successful, but if they don't have a script, they're not duplicatable. And it's not about what works, it's about what duplicates. So I challenge you to memorize this script and change it to fit your personality if these words don't actually resonate with you. Okay, so you do have to change the script to make it sound like you. But the script is basically, I'm going to read it to you right now. The reason I was asking you these questions is because I work for a company that's expanding, and it's something that, and then I insert their likes, but without their dislikes. I don't know if you have the skills of the kind of person that we're looking for. I'm sure you're totally happy with your current job, but if you want to write down your number, I can get you some more information. So now I'm going to demonstrate what this is like with Renee Martinez. And Renee, thank you for role playing. We're going to basically pretend like we were at the mall 2 years ago when you bought that watch off of Craigslist from me. And I'm going to ask you these form questions. And this is something that I do every single day. Renee, you have seen me do this many times with many different prospects over our 2 years together. But let's go ahead and start. I guess I need to make sure if you are unmuted still. Are you there, Renee?
Yeah, I'm just listening.
Okay, great. So let's pretend that we're in the mall. We just met off of Craigslist. We're total strangers, and we're walking to the jeweler to make sure that the watch is a real watch. And I'm going to ask you these form questions. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So Renee, well, nice to meet you, man. So here's the watch. Do you want to go to the jeweler here and make sure this is real?
Yeah, the watch looks pretty legit, but I really wanna open it up and have the movement checked, because I know high-end watches, the outside could be real, but if the inside, the movement's not real, then it's basically worthless. So yeah, you have time to go and get it checked out, right?
Yeah. Which watch place do you want to go to?
Well, let's just take it where you bought it, to the.
Okay, let's go to Jared.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, we got to walk to Jared Jewelers. It's way down there.
No
all
problem.
right, so Renee, what do you do for a living?
Well, I actually just got on my 7 days off. I got home yesterday. I've been working in the oil field for the past probably 12 years. And yeah.
Wow, 12 years. Okay. And what do you like most about it?
I think what I like the most about it is that I make a lot of money, and
yeah.
I work only half the year, so I work 7 days on, 7 off, so I'm off half the year with my family, and I'm gone half the year.
Okay. So what is that? What you dislike about it, or what do you dislike about it?
I guess that's what I don't like about it, is that I got to leave for half of the year and be gone.
Okay. Yeah, I hear you. And what exactly do you do out in the oil field? Like, what are you actually doing while you're out there?
I'm actually a drilling supervisor, so I actually run the drilling rig, and I have a crew of about 10 guys underneath me that work with me.
Okay, so you said a drilling supervisor. So are you guys actually drilling like into the ground to get the oil out, or how does that work?
Yep, drilling a couple miles down and pulling out that black gold.
A couple miles?
Yeah. I think the deepest well that I drilled was 24,000 feet.
Oh my goodness! And how many men do you need to help you do that?
Well, my crew, there's about 8 guys on my crew, and it takes a lot more than just the guys on my crew, because there's third-party people out there, but my company gives me 8 guys, so that's what I work with.
Oh, wild. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so here we are at Jared Jewelers. All right, so hello, Mr. Jeweler. Yes, can you verify this watch? All right, so now the jeweler's looking at the watch. Me and Renee, we're just talking. Now, notice everybody who is listening and watching from this webinar. that I'm asking additional questions based on his answers. So he told me that he works in the oil field. So my next question was, well, what exactly do you do when you're out there in the oil field? And then he said what he did. And then I said, so you're drilling holes like super deep. How deep is the deepest one you've done? So everything that Renee responds to me, I ask another question based off of his response. All right. So if you have more time with somebody, then you can ask more questions. Sometimes I'm at the grocery store and I'm in line and I only have maybe a minute or 2 minutes. So I'll just ask these 4 questions and then I will go into my message. All right. So you have to, sometimes you're going to have a lot of time with somebody. Other times you're going to have a minute or 2, but you have to basically ask them at least these 4 questions. What do you like about it? What do you dislike? What do you do? For how long have you done it? And so everything's situational, right? Like you're in the situations, you're just meeting people, you're asking them questions about them. Notice how I have not talked about me at all. All right, so last thing I'll say before we continue on in the training is that Renee, whenever, or not just Renee, but whenever I'm in a situation where I have more time with the person, I'm actually going to get off topic a little bit, and I might actually change the subject, talk to them about them for a while, and now let's talk about the watch, or now let's talk about sports, or let's talk about whatever. But don't worry, I will be saying this message before I leave. If I'm at a party, I will say this message before I leave. If I'm at the grocery store, I will say this message before I leave. If I'm at the restaurant, I will say this little paragraph message before I leave. I have nothing to lose. I have everything to gain by saying this message. All right. So Renee, let's continue on with our role play. All right, Renee. So it looks like the Jared Jeweler people say that this watch is legit. Do you still want to get it?
Well, let me ask you this, Jared. Why are you selling a $3,000 watch for $1,400? But yeah, I do want it.
Actually, I'm selling it because I'm paying for my wedding, and I want to pay cash, and that's why I'm selling it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously the wedding's going to be more than $1,400, but yeah, it's a nice little chunk. I pretty much have everything else paid for, and so just I don't really wear this watch. I have another watch that I love that I will not sell, and that's pretty much the only watch I need. So that's why I put it up.
All right, cool, man. Here's the money.
Awesome. All right. Well, cool, man. Well, it was really nice to meet you. Hey, and the reason I was asking you all those questions is because the company I work for is expanding, and it's something where you can make a lot of money like what you're used to, but without being away from your family half the year. And I don't know if you have all the skills of the kind of person that we're looking for, and I'm sure you're totally happy with your current job. But if you want to write down your number, I can get you some more information.
Well, I'm pretty sure I have the skills to make it happen. So yeah, here's my number.
Okay. Now, in Renee's case, I already had his number from Craigslist, right? So I might alter the script a little. And in that case, I might not say, if you want to write down your number, I would say, I'm sure you're totally happy with your current job, but if you want, I can get you some more information about it.
Yeah, sure. What kind of information?
Well, actually, what's the best time to call you tomorrow?
No, you can send it to me now. I want to check it out.
Okay. So, all right, Renee, usually they don't say that. So I know I'm trying to make a training video here. So for the sake of the training video, just tell me the best time to call you tomorrow.
Whenever, man. I'm off for the next 7 days.
Okay. So sounds good. Now, in this case, I already have your number, so I wouldn't say this, but many times I don't have the person's number, right? Like if I met somebody at Chili's restaurant or wherever. So I'd say, okay, sounds good. I'm going to text you my number right now so you have it when I call. And then I'll send a text like, it was nice meeting you, Renee. I'll be calling you tomorrow at 5. Make sure you call them tomorrow at that time you said you were going to call them as well. All right, so that little script is literally what I say every single time. Now, obviously, there's variations based on the situation, but pretty much that's it. Now, what do you have to memorize? What do you have to practice? You just have to memorize this one paragraph right here. The reason I was asking is because I work for a company that's expanding, and it's something that, and then you insert their likes. If their likes is helping people, it's something where you can help a lot of people, but without their dislikes. And if they're, say they dislike being micromanaged, so it's something that you can help a lot of people, but without being micromanaged. And I don't know if you have the skills of the kind of person we're looking for, and I'm sure you're totally happy with your current job, but if you want to write down your number, I can get you some more information. Okay, so right here, you are actually framing the conversation as if you are interviewing them for a job. And I really want you to take that on in your mindset, because in reality, it is like, if I'm going to train somebody, I'm training them not to be my employee, but I am training them, and I'm investing a lot of time in training them as if they were an employee. Of course, Usana, you're not an employee, but I train them as probably better than an employer would train an employee. So heck yeah, I actually don't know if they have the skills of the kind of person that I'm looking for, and I'm sure they're totally happy with their current job. There's a little psychology in there, right? Because you say, I don't know if you have the skills of the kind of person we're looking for, that's actually a challenge. So that might actually make them be like, well, what do you mean? Maybe I can do this. And then I'm sure you're totally happy with your current job. They might say, well, no, I'm not. So that's why you don't change the script all the way, right? You might change some words to make it sound like you, but you got to get these main points in. The reason I was asking, that's another big thing. The reason I was asking is because I work for a company that's expanding. All right, so I recommend you memorize this script exactly as is, but just maybe change a few words if necessary. That's the key. Okay, so once you get their phone number, then you're going to call them back. Now, there's one last part here that only happens about 10% of the time, and you got to be ready for it. And so again, it requires practice. And that's if they ask, what is it? Like, let's say that they gave you their phone number, but they're asking, well, what is it exactly? Because they're kind of curious. Some people, only about 10% will actually ask what it is. Renee, did you ask what it was when I first asked you these 2 years ago?
Yes, I did ask, and you told me the rest of the script.
I did. That's right. So let's just role play for a second. Why don't you ask me, what is it?
So what is this all about? What is it?
Sure. So basically, I work with an international marketing firm that focuses on the upcoming market trends. Right now, we're very focused on wellness, but it all depends on the skills that you have. So when I call you, I'm going to have to ask you some questions to see what info to direct you to.
Okay.
All right. So I'll call you tomorrow at 5, and then I'll be able to ask you those questions.
All right, cool.
All right. So I just told him that we're an international marketing firm. That is true. We focus on the upcoming market trends. That is true. Right now, we're very focused on wellness. That is true. But it all depends on the skills that you have. Now, why don't I say I'm with USANA Health Sciences? Here's why. I don't want Renee to go look it online and say, oh, this is a network marketing company. Oh, I don't want to do, this is vitamins. I don't want to do anything like that. I don't want him to go do any research on it. So I'm not going to tell him the company name. I'm going to tell him the company type. We're an international marketing firm. We focus on the upcoming market trends, and right now we're very focused on wellness. Now, that's pretty much, if you have confidence when you say that, they're not going to, in fact, either way, they're not going to question that. That's legitimate. Do not say USANA, do not say USANA Health Sciences, because remember, you're interviewing for your company here. So you're coming from the business approach, and this is totally different than leading with the products. You can lead with the products to your friends and family, but when you're out in the public, what do you think the public wants? Do they want vitamins, or do they want money? I would venture to say that 80% want money and only 20% want vitamins. So when they learn that they can make money and also take supplements, that's when you have basically the best of both worlds. All right. So this page here honestly, the whole training could be about just this page 2, because this is like the gateway skill. You have to get their phone number, and you have to do it with confidence, and you have to do it by using the script that caters to their needs. All right. So now let's go to the voicemail script. So let's say that I called you, Renee. I called you tomorrow at 5 o'clock, but you did not answer the phone. Okay. So here's the voicemail script. If they do not answer, here's the instructions. You are not talking to a machine. You are talking to a live person who will be listening to this message. Leave the message as though you are talking to a friend, not a stranger. As a rule, give your prospect 3 times to call you back. Voicemail strategies for all 3 calls are below. All right. So I call Renee. Ring, ring. It does not answer. It goes to voicemail. So here's what I'm going to say. Hi, Renee. This is Jared. We met yesterday at the mall. I know you bought that watch for me. It was really nice meeting you. I was calling you back to get you the information you wanted about our company. We're doing some pre-screening interviews right now because it takes a lot of work on our part to establish someone on the team. So if you're serious, give me a call back. I'll get that information to you. We'll see if you have the qualities of the kind of person that we're looking for. At that point, we'll decide whether or not we'll be able to work together and where you fit on the team. My phone number is 210-860-9001. Again, that's 210-860-9001. Have an awesome day, and God bless. I will leave that message, and that's a very professional message. Now, here's some keys. Did you notice my tone? My tone is very monotone. I'm very kind of serious. Here's the mistake that many new people do when they first read this script. They try and sound like a salesman. They'd be like, hi, Renee, this is Jared. You and I met yesterday. It was really nice meeting you. Thanks for buying that watch for me again. I was calling you back to get you the information that you wanted about our company. We're doing some pre-screening interviews. You see how my inflection is too excited? I sound salesy. So you have to sound normal. That's the number 1 rule. Don't be weird. Okay? Use your normal voice, use your normal tone, your normal inflection, okay? So I leave that message for Renee, and then I would also text this message right here. Hi, Renee, this is Jared. It was nice meeting you yesterday at the mall. I just left you a voicemail. We're doing some pre-screening interviews right now. If you're still serious about it, give me a call or text back. I'll get you the info, and we'll see if you have the qualities of the kind of person we're looking for. Have an awesome day, and God bless. All right, so I will send that text immediately after I leave the voicemail, because some people don't actually check their voicemails. So then I'll do this as a secondary. Okay, now let's say that he answers the phone. So here we go, script for when they answer your call. All right, Renee, now you're going to answer. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Renee, this is Jared. We met yesterday at the mall. How did the rest of your day go?
Hey, what's going on, man? No, it went pretty good. What are you up to?
Oh, just chilling today. When we spoke last, I told you I'd get you some more information about our company. Do you have a pen and paper handy?
Yeah. Let me grab one real quick.
Okay, great. So just to save us both time, I need to ask you a few questions to figure out what info to direct you to.
Okay.
So I remember you said you've been in the oil field for 12 years, and you like that you make great money at it. You dislike that you're gone half the year. All right, so pause. I'm basically recapping because the script says, what do you do for a living? How long? What do you like? What do you dislike? Well, I learned all that yesterday, so I'm not going to ask those questions again, right? You have to use common sense on these scripts. So I just recapped all that. Now I'm going to pick it up from this question right here. Renee, are you thinking of replacing your current income or just supplementing it?
Man, if I could replace it, that'd be the thing to do.
Okay. And are you married? Do you have kids?
Yeah, I'm married. I have 3 little ones.
Oh, awesome. What ages?
Well, Maximus is 10, Mia's 7, and Samson's going to be 3 this year.
Oh, awesome. That's a big blessing, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So pause. You see how the script says, do you have kids? And then there's nothing else. Well, if they say yes to the kids question, I usually ask what ages. So these are just some questions. You can actually improvise here and ask additional questions, right? So I asked what ages they were. I told them that that's a blessing because it truly is. All right, next question, Renee. What level of income are you accustomed to, and what kind of income are you looking to generate in the next 12 months?
Well, I'm used to making about 125,000. So if I could do at least 6 figures, that'd be good.
Okay. All right. So Renee, our company, we have quite a standard for the people that we're looking for. There's a lot of work on our part in establishing somebody with our company and getting them trained and off to a good start. So we're looking for people who are team players, self-motivated, and dependable. Do you feel you have these qualities?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Well, let me tell you about the company that I work with. We're actually 25 years old. We did over 900 million in sales last year. We're currently doing business in 20 countries. Just to name a few, we're in Australia, Japan, Mexico, Canada, and the US. We have tens of thousands of satisfied clients all over the world, and because of their satisfaction, they refer business to us on a monthly basis. We're currently debt-free, publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange, and been featured in a number of publications. Renee, are you familiar with Business Week or Forbes magazine?
Yeah.
Okay, we've actually been featured in those publications. We're founded by Myron Wentz, and the name of our company is USANA. Have you ever heard of us?
USANA? No, I don't think so.
Okay, great. So the next step is to send you a 12-minute YouTube video to make sure you get the information. Would you prefer me to text so you can watch it on your phone, or email so you can watch it on your computer?
Text it to my wife's phone because I got a flip phone. I can't even see videos and stuff on my phone.
Okay. All right. All right. So let me get your wife's phone number. Okay. All right. Can you hold real quick? I'm sending it right now.
Okay.
And then I send this link right here, usana.teamdsi.info, which is a 12-minute video that I made that basically covers USANA in a nutshell, and it covers everything. So it's everything you need. If they want an email, use the template on page 7, which we'll see in a second. All right. So let's say I just sent the link to Renee's wife's phone. Renee, did you get it?
Megan, did you get it? Yeah, she got it.
Okay, can you click on the link and tell me if the video plays for you?
Yeah, it opened up.
Okay, great. Now make sure you take really good notes because this video has the information on how you can get to that 6-figure income, but without being away from your family half of the year. Okay?
Okay.
The person speaking on the video is Jared Crebs. He's a 6-figure earner with USANA. He's been with USANA over 10 years. He's helped a lot of people. He's very well qualified to explain how this works. Also, I just want to share my 30-second story with you on why I chose to work with USANA. Prior to USANA, I was working at Best Buy, and I was dissatisfied with my income. I knew that I'd never get probably past 30 to maybe 60,000 a year at Best Buy. I was introduced to USANA by a friend of mine, and what's been the best part for me is that I've been able to get a really strong supplemental income, and now I have a flexible schedule, and I'm able to control my income, which I feel much more stable, and it's very liberating. Okay, so I just created an example story for you watching this video. Your story doesn't have to be like an amazing story. You just have to be honest and share what's been best for you. Okay, and make sure your story is to the point, short and to the point. Also, script tip, this is your business story. Do not share your health story yet. You will share your health story after they watch the 12-minute video. At this moment, your prospect is focused on USANA as an income stream. After the video, they will be thinking about the health side of USANA. Stick to the scripts. Okay, it's very critical that you don't share your health story right here, just your business story, because they don't even know that USANA is a health product at this point. All right, so to finish the script, okay, Renee, this is my cell phone number. We're pre-screening a lot of people right now. We're going to be making a decision really soon. So the sooner you can watch this 12-minute YouTube video, the better, and depending on your response, we'll determine whether or not we'll be able to work together and where you fit on the team. If you're able to watch this right now, I can call you in 15 minutes and we can see if it's a match and what your next step might be. Does that work for you?
Yeah, for sure. I'll watch it right now.
Okay, awesome. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. I'll talk to you in 15 minutes.
Okay, so script tip, set an appointment for follow-up. If using an online video, it needs to be within 15 minutes to a few hours. If they cannot watch it the same day, schedule the follow-up call for the next day at the latest. There is no urgency in 2 to 3 days or a week. All right, so at this point, Renee, let's say that you can't watch it right now, okay? So I'm gonna take it from the script right here. If you're able to watch this right now, I can call you back in 15 minutes. We'll see if it's a match and what your next step might be. Does that work for you?
No, I'm actually at a birthday party with my kids, and I'm not going to be able to watch it till probably tomorrow.
Okay, so hold on, let me see. I could call you tomorrow at 1 o'clock or 5 o'clock. What's better?
It doesn't matter. I should be open on both times. Whatever's better for you.
Actually, 5 o'clock's better for me.
Okay.
Okay, all right, sounds good. I'll talk to you then. All right, so basically you just give them a choice close if they can't watch it right then, and let them choose the time that's best for them. All right, so this concludes part 1 of our training. Now there's going to be a part 2 where we cover the closing questions, and this will be obviously something that we'll add on to because this is what you do after they watch the first video. All right. Lastly, if they want an email, here's the exact email. You send the subject line, info on USANA. You say, hi, first name. It was nice talking to you. Here's a 12-minute video to watch. Talk to you soon. You see my signature. I have a professional picture. I have my name. I have my website. I have my Facebook link, my Twitter link, and my phone number. I want to encourage you to figure out how to add a professional pic to your email signature. It's very important for a first impression. Just get that done. Whether you do this a lot or not, you need to have a really professional email signature. And for a quick copy-paste email template, you can visit openingemail.teamdsi.info, and that's where this email is that you can copy-paste and send to people. This concludes our training for tonight on approaching people in public. I want to thank you for attending. I look forward to hearing about all your success, changing people's lives out there in public, and all the people that you meet. I cannot wait to hear about your success stories, and I look forward to seeing you at a USANA event soon.